Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome to yet another Ancient City Builders. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Mesopotamia. This game is known as Sumerians, and it comes out on December 2nd for PC. Sumerians is a city builder game based in ancient Mesopotamia, where our goal is to attract new citizens and grow by expanding our irrigation system, building walls and temples, and of course managing the production and farming of our people in order to make a very powerful empire. Well, if you guys haven't already, smash that like button. Now is the time to let me know you want to see more by smashing that like button, subscribing if you're new here, and of course turning on the notification bell so you never again miss a video. Make sure you do that on your favorite channels, by the way, otherwise Susan is the one who has control, so make sure she doesn't have it. You must be the one with the power. Thanks again for all the support as we rocket towards 1 million subscribers. Check out all of our people here. We just placed down a warehouse in order to store all of our goods, and we're going to try to make ourselves a little roadway here. In this game, people also make roadways such as how they do in Ostriv. So we're going to go ahead and try to make ourselves a little road to begin with here, and we'll start putting down some homes and get cracking on farming very soon. We're going to district out things just like in Sim City or City Skylines. We're building like areas of approval for homes and workshops to be built. So let's go ahead and start with a 2x2 here and a 2x2 there. So we'll have ourselves basically 4 homes on either side. We'll start with some workshops too, and you can see people getting to work right away and moving into their beautiful new homes. All right, there we go. Some workshops will be placed down too. Another important thing will be farming and brick building. So we'll need to make ourselves basically a clay pit in order to make bricks, but also one to make pottery too, so we'll have to have those operating as separate functions. So I'm going to try to make a roadway here, and we're going to make this road go down, and I'm going to try to do some farming a little bit away from town. Outside of what we'll do is build city walls around the entire city, and that, of course, will keep the farms on the outside and the city on the inside. Let's go ahead and get cracking with this farming. We'll make a big old farm over here. Actually, maybe we should make a lot of little farms. Let's see how that goes for us. Bum, bum, bum. There we go. All right. Perfect. Okay. So now we'll also have to build ourselves a farm, so that way all these grains can be gathered. We'll probably put a farm down here, and we'll continue to build more farming sites around there. Very cool. Now, in this game, we also have the ability to put down farms, build buildings, do things with transportation, more commerce, temple building, security, such as a guard post, and, of course, the ability to build canals and wells and such. So we better do that right now. Let's build ourselves a well out in front of the warehouse, and we'll kind of make this be Main Street here, out in front of the warehouse. We got to get cracking, though, right away, as, of course, inventory and workers are extremely important. We pay our workers in grain, and they make all of their food at home. You can tell that is happening because they have a little bakery here inside of each of their homes. They can make their own bread and food, and so you just need to supply them with the raw materials needed in order to sustain life, and they'll take care of that themselves, which is really cool. Our Raptorians are very, very smart. All right, let's go ahead and start building a pathway here between the farm fields. There we go. And we'll build a road to the farm, too. There we go. All right, let's also get some bricklaying going. So we'll have a builder's building, and this will allow us to build structures faster, such as the well. So first people will build the builder site, and then they'll build the stuff next to it, like the well, for example. All right, bricklaying will need to take place. We'll need a mud pit in order to gather all those raw materials, so we should probably keep that close to town. Having a construction site inside of town is a good idea since we're going to be building like crazy. Well, let's build that there. Then if we need to, I think we can rotate stuff as well, though I'm not exactly sure how to do that. Ah, there it is, X and Z to do that. Cool. All right, each one of those places requires workers, though, and we want more workers for the farm, so that's going to be one of the first things they're going to need to build as soon as they get down there. Let's build a nice big old pathway here, and then we'll put down a marketplace. There we go. A nice main street there down to the farm. And we'll build it a little pathway on this side, too. Nice. Okay. So this leaves lots of areas for homes, lots of areas for construction and other industrial businesses. And maybe we could put a park or something at the end of this pathway here. A very long road. A little off, but it's kind of hard to... Without a grid-based system in this game, it's kind of hard to make it perfect, since you'll have to... The best way to do it would be to put your camera facing straight down, then link it up to a building, so that way you can take the bottom of your screen and link it up. But it's not going to be perfect. A lot of things weren't in the ancient world. Alright, let's see. Alright, looking good here. Looks like people are getting to work right away on building the farm. That's great. And it looks like a lot of people are moving in, too. We're from 60 plus 6, so we got more people moving in. More food being made. Looks like we have a donkey transport here. Let's build that next to our construction site. They'll be able to transport goods to the construction site. Or next to the builders. Let's build it back here. There we go. Then we can have a pathway from the mud pit to the bricklayers and to the... There we go. To the builder's site. Nice. Alright, that should be quite nice. I think that's actually hay and straw out in front of the houses. And as you can see, foot traffic actually makes pathways too. Things are off to a good start. We got our well being constructed as soon as possible. We've got the materials for it. We've also got quite a few farm fields here. But we're going to need more and more and more. Because it never stops here in Mesopotamia. That's where the party is. That's where the party at. All them party people at. Now, we can also change the crop type of these fields, too. From barley to flax. So we can also make clothing with it, too. But the first year, I think our most important thing is to just try to store as much food as possible for our first year. And then start worrying about producing additional goods. There, that'll be a good farm field to start with. Excellent. Wonder if we can put fences and such around these fields. Probably not. Alright, looks good. And there they come down the pathway around the corner. Very nice. And we can add decorations and such for beautification. So if this doesn't look to your liking, we can always add a few little trees and such to make it look nice. And the builders can construct that. And it'll look quite nice. Oh, that's going to look cool. We'll let them build some trees there. Meanwhile, it looks like the mud pit. People are already gathering materials from here. So I guess we'll open that up in the north. There we go. Cool. Now we've got like a large construction and industrial area here on this side. And we can build more homes on the other side. So let's continue to lay out those homes. We'll probably put a road between these. So I guess what we can do is maybe squeeze a little bit more out of this side. And we'll do the same here, building a road between the homes. As soon as they're fully constructed. Otherwise, the people can walk themselves, too. They'll stick to the paths that you make, but it seems like they'll also make their own. So it's good to keep everything open like this, you can see. Alright, looks like a lot of bricks are being made. They're in progress right now, and then will be immediately turned into bricks and used on the construction site. So we probably should make more of those. Maybe another brick drying site so we can get bricks twice as fast. Let's see. Maybe we should do another brick site here around the mud pit. Now we'll also need to, this is mud right now, but we'll need a clay pit. This is for making bricks. We'll need a clay pit for making clay pots eventually in the future for pottery. And those two materials together can build your entire city. With the ability to store things and transport them around with clay pots and areas to store them with brick buildings, such as the warehouse. Gonna be big business, big money. Good. Alright. Well, that's looking really nice. Okay, let's see what else do we need here. We've got the builders down. All those buildings are accounted for. We got our farm going now. That should have been built. Yes, indeed. Farmers are working here, too. To which we have a worker max 10 out of 10. Let's go 20 on that one. We got to get all these farms going right away. Let's not waste any time on getting more food to feed our people. Granary as well. We'll need a lot more bricks for that, though. That's going to be more of a later game thing. Right now, we're only growing barley, but we can easily switch that to flax right there. So, soon. Okay. Oh, we could build some more farm fields here. I think we'll just keep it as is for now. And hopefully this is enough to get started with feeding everybody. If we have 64 people in our city and 20 of them are already working on the farm fields, that's a pretty big amount already dedicated to farming. That's pretty cool. I think about a third of our workforce will always be into farming since we don't have automation. So if we have a population of, let's say, 100, then 1/3 of those people will always be working there. The number will never change. It'll always be a third. That's going to be crazy. At least that's what I'd prefer it to be. All right, let's build ourselves some decorations, some beautification too. That'll increase the attractiveness of our city, which of course will attract more business and more people to move into our city. Good. That's what we want. We want more and more, you see. Let's build some trees. Maybe on these corners here. We could build another pathway here around the neighborhood. And it'll go back that way. Nice. What else do we have? A lawn garden. Ooh, that seems nice. Building that in the middle of the street. There we go. I like how it's not going to be perfect. A lot of things weren't. Of course, if we're building a pyramid, that's one thing. Let's see if we can delete things if we want to. Oh, yeah, that's easy. I think that's why they let you do free mouse, because buildings themselves could be pretty square. All right, looks like we're down to 150 food, so we've got to wait until this is all completed. Looks like the fields are seeded. Now we're just waiting for them to produce and collect the remaining food. Is there a way we can do trading now? Let's see if there's a way to do that. Let's see. Is there a commerce option? Metallurgy, fabrics. There must be something for trade. Ah, port must be placed near water. 120 bricks. Whoa. Well, we could build a port down here by the farm. That's a good spot. That'll be great for trading right there. Perfect. Then we can put some warehouses and such down here. Well, we immediately went to farming, and we've got quite a few people farming. We might run out of food, but it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen here. Now, if there's any mistakes or any improvements made to this city, we are keeping in mind the fact that we're going to be doing this as a first look, and all the lessons that we learned from our first experimental city just to take a first look at the game can be applied to if we start a full series. So again, for those of you really wanting to see a full playthrough of Sumerians in ancient Mesopotamia, again, remember to smash that like button so I know to put some more time into this, because this is quite cool, and I do like this, and I hope you think the same as well. I can't get enough of ancient city builders like Dawn of Man, or even games like Foundation. They all have different art styles and different play styles, but it is always cool to build a city in times before electricity or vehicles or, oh god, the internet. Oh, ancient times, like the 70s, yes. 1970. Oh, so millions, basically millions of years ago. It looks like our people are quite happy, though. The reputation is normal. Quality of life is high and demand is normal. So we'll have to see what we can do about getting more stuff here. Is there a way we can... apparently we have 19 workers here at the farm, although we've set it to 20. Let's see. Oh, we can adjust taxes if we want to. Okay. Builders, workers, storage, trade, temples. We're about to run out of food. Let's see what happens if we hit 0. Does everybody just immediately starve to death? Or is there a way to get more food and such to trade? Maybe building the port is a first good option. Honestly, only 2 years have gone by. And there is an option as well for community farms. There is a option here for citizens to do farming before the big operation takes place, which is weird because if you're already doing a big farming operation, it's probably best to do that. Well, let's go ahead and see what happens if the citizens have their own farms. Plus 24 on the population. Let's see. The state has run out of grain to pay salaries, and several factions have fought for power. 24 have died or left the city. 24 migrants have been squared away, and 207 grain has been raised to restore the state. Interesting. So people die not because of starvation, but they die because they battle for power. That is interesting. Now, this is probably the way to keep everybody working, is the citizens farming. And we'll have to see what the difference is between those two. That's kind of cool. Looks like a building here has been destroyed. Can we reconstruct that? Oh yeah, the plot is still available. Somebody just needs to build a house there. Okay, let's see if we can come back from that then. What do we do in that case? Let's see how it works. 120 bricks need to be delivered to the port. That would be really good to actually increase those numbers that way. Now, let's see. Is citizen farming actually producing anything? Wait a minute. It requires 20 workers. Authority very low. So each one of those farms requires 20 workers? That's as much as our farm here. And this has only 12. Well, let's go ahead and stop the building then. Let's shut that down completely. Oh, actually, wait a minute. They can build ships and stuff too, maybe. Oh, I guess not. That'd be cool if the builders could build buildings but also build ships as well, if they were trained in multiple skills. Well, the farms here look like they're ready to harvest. They're actually fully grown. We can see produce 0, collected 0. It would be nice if it told us what season it is for harvesting. Oh, ripening. There you go. So start harvest. Harvest and seed. Is this the season that we're in? I guess the next season is harvest season. Interesting. So the fields are looking ready to harvest now. Let's see how it goes. We've got only 12 workers here, even though I've removed people from building. Interesting. Let's see how this goes if we have more food to protect the state then. See, 12. Plus 80%. Oh, I see. You can add beer here. Ah, okay. So if you give them beer, it'll actually give them a production boost. I see. So in ancient times, a lot of the time they were paid in either grain or beer or both or honey. Materials, basically, more than money. So things to eat and things to consume were the currency of the day. As well as trading, of course. Like, for example, trading a pot or something like that. All right, so the fields seem to be the first thing that you want to do, is to put down a community field and then start building small. But really, what you want is something like this in order to store massive amounts of grain for the year. Looks like inventory is 96 grain, 120. Yep, it's continuously increasing. And people are now putting things into storage. They're actually carrying that stuff. And I wonder how much can actually be stored. Is there a limit? Let's see, workers inside the building, 0. Is there no... There must be a limit to the farm. Oh, wow, look at that amount of food. Excellent. Quite easy to bounce back from a shortage of grain. That might happen more than once, too, based on a season of drought or perhaps a giant flood that wipes out all the farms and their buildings. Now, of course, these rivers could flood and could take out part of our city, so we'll have to see if perhaps walls or canals and such that allow us to build inside. As you can see the map, by the way, there could be a way for us to build a canal system out here and make more of this land fertile, which then would allow us to do farming way outside of this more fertile zone. But it makes sense to just build it closer. But that allows you, of course, just to expand the canals and bring in... Wow, look at the amount of grain that we have. That's crazy. And they weren't even able to gather it all before the end of the season. So some of it actually spoiled. So we can build another farm then and get even more workers here. So we need to get way more workers in the town and continue to attract people. So that way we can get much more of a workforce. Okay, well, that's doable then. Well, that's good. We started out shaky, but now we've got a much more, I guess, a better situation here. Let's build 2 farms. There we go. We'll have to double our harvesting skills. There we go. Our labor pool will have to be increased from 12 to 40, hopefully over time. Looks like more people are moving in. Let's get those numbers up. Let's step it up now. Let's come back from catastrophe, shall we? That'll be nice. Build another road here. And then we'll add some more homes on this side. Very nice. That is really cool, the fact that we can build little farms to begin with. That's a definite good start, a community farm. And the amount of workers that'll probably be needed for the fields that we just built are going to be immense. But let's get a large area ready for labor, and then we'll build a road on this side. Now, one thing we're supposed to do in screenshots of the game, it shows that you're really supposed to build a city away from the farm fields and wall it off, which makes it look cool. But we can also build a large wall around the entirety of the city with the farms included, which means that we'd only be attacked from the water, which we could have control of if we, controlled the rivers or something along those lines. But this is just a start. This is just the beginning. There's a long way to go. Ah, look at all the little homes and such that have been built now. Very nice. I wonder if their houses can be upgraded as well to show different types of styles and materials and perhaps different levels of the elite. All right, so our number one goal now is, instead of worrying about all these other homes to build, or what I mean is to worry about the community farms. Let's get rid of those. But yeah, instead of building all the workshops and such. Oh, we need a D zone. That's what it is. There we go. Perfect. All right, so it looks like they just randomly tried to start farming. But I want big farms up and running. Look at that. Now we are rocking. Okay, let's speed up time even greater. How many workers are here now? We got 16 workers, so we're increasing the worker pool there. And let's not turn off builders now. Let's actually give them 5 again. So that way we can get something done in terms of building the other farm when the time comes. Now that is cool. Now I wonder in time if they'll be able to transport things other than by hand. Maybe carts will come along. If we already have boats, perhaps there'll be ways to store things. Like, for example, clay pots. Maybe it'll increase storage of buildings. That'd be cool. And increase the longevity as well. Love our clay pit. 5 workers there, 2 workers at the... Oh, yeah, look at that. 30... almost like 40 bricks ready to go. Very nice. And the other farming building will be constructed next. More homes being added. We're up to 62 people. Population plus 35. There we go. A game where it's possible to bounce back. Imagine that. I love it. Wow, we got much more to cover. Let's see. Now we can also build bridges over the canals. That's going to be crazy. We can only barely even scratch the surface of this game. That's going to be amazing. Storage capacity of the granary is 12,000. So does it say what the storage capacity of the farm is? No. Well, this has 2,000 in storage now. And that's our only storage building. But let's wait for that population to go up even further. So we've laid out quite a few buildings for homes and a few industrial buildings, though we don't really have much in terms of materials for those just yet. They probably want things like clay. We should also put down a marketplace, so let's get that started. Let's put a market stall down. We'll put markets in the center of town. Let's see how that turns out. And maybe we can put some markets over here. We'll see how that goes. All right, let's see how everything turns out in a little bit of time. We'll continue to watch our people. They're definitely bringing in an astronomical amount of food now. Let's get as many workers as possible on this. Yep, 20 out of 20 already. And then we can continue to add to those farm fields, but let's make sure that nothing goes to waste. Then we can also increase the amount of flax that we have from none to something. I'm sure that's technical terms, right? There we go. Let's make this a flax field. Wonder if it'll change the appearance of the field. Okay. Let's see what else we can grow. So we've got the ability to extend down here, too. So we got plenty of farmland left down on this side. And I think we'll probably continue to build along the coast until we got that port ready. And then we can start importing and exporting more goods. We want to definitely produce a lot of stuff here. Do some smaller fields. I think they look better if they're a little smaller. But this one will make a little longer here. Yeah, actually, we'll make one large barley field here. There we go. Nice. Ah, yes, the flax does look slightly different. Good. Or it's growing at a different time. Wow, that looks great. The grain looks really good. All right, well, now we're really starting to make some good efforts here. So really what we should have done is started with the small community farm, but these larger fields are definitely what you want to do. Now, I wonder if that can actually be stored at the farm, too. Yeah, it can. Flax right there. So we've already got 29 workers working at the farms. That's really great. We need to give them more fields to work on, then. Bum, 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 bum. So let's continue to increase. We'll have to do some math in this game to find out X amount of people equals X amount of fields, or X amount of grain. That would be a good way to keep track of what you need and where you need it and when. There we go. And of course, we can add some more farms here too, so doubling the amount of people gathering grain is great. So you can see how quickly they can go in and gather all that stuff. Very nice. Cool that they're working together on the farm fields to both harvest them and then gather that harvest and store it too. Pretty impressed with this game, actually. In terms of the farming, that's really cool looking. I want to now see what it's like to produce other things. How much unemployment do we have? We have nobody without a job. So we definitely need to get way more people working in this city. But that's why we've built all the areas for homes. Wow, people are going to definitely want to move in here. Let's see if we build a lawn garden here. Or maybe one of these gardens. Keep our decorations going. Nice. Gives the builders something to do. All right, what about water? It doesn't look like there's any indication of that. There are things on the side here to kind of take a look at land value and authority, taxes, beautification, security, crime, irrigation, and access to water. Well, I think we should probably build a guard hut, and let's put down some more water, too. Let's put down some wells. We have a well there. I think we should probably put one here, too. Nice. This really is starting to look like a good city. I said look like. It's not a good city yet. Soon. All right, let's add those pathways then. I believe we're supposed to put a path here, but, you know, let's wait for more people to move in, then I'll put the paths between the houses once the areas are complete. Otherwise, the people will make their own paths, too. Wow, we're certainly getting a lot of food here. That's great. We've almost got 100 population. That's going to be a great job there. Guard post, which needs 60 and an increase in authority. So we need more people working at the mud pits, too. So we got 5 out of 5 there so far. So we just need to keep boosting that population. Let's put a guard post over here. I think actually here would be better. Because if we put it here, we'll then eventually expand our city to the south and east around this way. So if we have a large circle here, that'll encompass all those buildings, so that'll look good. Yeah, we need more workers right away. Almost up at that hundo, and lots of food now. That's great. We learned our lesson, and that is skyrocketing. Good. Now maybe we won't have to start a new city after all. Got ourselves the transporters working too. No donkeys, though. Oh, we can actually buy them. Ah, let's buy some donkeys then. There we go. Let's see. So now we've got donkeys that can transport stuff. So instead of carts, we now just have donkeys walking around with stuff on their backs. Now things can be transported. That's going to be cool. So let's see how these work. So the donkeys might bring things to market when the marketplaces are constructed. That's a good idea. I kind of want some more transporters then. Build another transporter down by the port down here. There we go. We'll build 2 down by the port for the farms and the port itself. And would you look at that? All the donkeys are bringing food to the people. Good. And more people are coming in. 102. That's it. Glory to Raptoria. Awesome. All right, we need a lot more clay though, not a lot more mud and such. But we got to get that population going, and things are turning green. Reputation still mediocre, but demand and quality of life are increasing. That's great. Go ahead and increase taxes a little bit now that we're providing more. And what do we have for unemployment? Let's see. Nobody's jobless still. 24% are children. Let's see. Jobless. We can manage all of our workers from here. New buildings in construction. Okay. Well, we just got to get that population up. And it looks like, wow, the builders do a great job. Looks like there's a few workers there. We'll just buy all the donkeys. There we go. Not too expensive with these giant farms. Great. Well, this gives us a lot of stuff to look forward to, I must say. Let's see if we could do, if we build some walls, that's probably going to, let's just see how it works. Let's build a nice gate. Well, that apparently increases authority. Let's build a gate over here. Maybe towards the north of our city. And we'll wall off our city. Let's see. We'll wall off our city like this. We'll kind of back ourselves into a corner. We're kind of on an island, so it's like not... I don't know who's going to attack us or who's going to sneak in, but we're fine. That's a fancier wall, by the way. That's going to require bricks versus this requiring mud. But I don't know if we really need walls yet. This is what everything looks like around us. I don't know if we'll be attacked or not, but it definitely will increase our authority, which could give us better trade deals with cities who want to trade with us. Oh yeah, homes are coming in now. Wow, 2,000. Maximum workers, 32. Did 32 people actually need to work there? Crazy. This is increasing authority. It's a unique building. We could build our temple to start with, a small little temple. Let's see how that works. And eventually we can demolish it and build something bigger. There we go. Let's see how that starts. Walls and salaries are needed. Walls and salaries are needed. This shows you exactly what goes in there too. Linen, for example, this one will require beer. I wonder how we'll make beer. I don't see a building for that yet, actually. We have farming. Maybe we'll trade for it, actually. Oh, no, we can make it right here. It produces beer, but it requires grain and pottery, so we'll need to get people working at the clay pit. But before we do that, we want to make sure we've got some unemployment so we know we can expand, because we're going to need 6 workers for the clay pit, another 20 workers for the pottery shop, which probably means we should build 2 clay pits, so 12 plus 20 plus another 20. So we're going to need probably about 200 people just dedicated to all of this, actually way more than that, just dedicated to all of the production. So that population's got to keep coming up. Well, that was a great idea to build 2 farms. That's good. Bum, 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 bum. Well, apparently our reputation is now green. That's good. Everything is now green. Beautiful. Wow, there goes the harvest again. $120 bricks are required for the port. Wow, look at all the donkeys coming in. Swooping in. Alright, let's get some more people working at the mud pit. We're going to increase those numbers now. And people working at the brickyards. We're going to need to increase that production. There we go. And the port will have more materials. Oh, it looks like the donkeys help to also harvest from the fields. Fantastic. We're almost hitting our maximum here of material, but farm is definitely going to have to increase. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see here. Anything else we want to increase for now? I want to see that port get complete. I also want to build a warehouse, but I don't want to divert materials at the moment. We do have our guard post being constructed. That's taking 60 materials. Wow, everybody's dropping by to pick up some bricks. 14 bricks. Oh, yeah, lots of mud is waiting here. We need more to be transported. Well, we've got, what, 20, 30 donkeys in the city? 30 transporters? That's working good. And we have flax ready, too, so that means we can start working on making linen as well. As soon as we have more people for production. Let's see if there's unemployment yet. Wow, population growth is doing a real good job. We've actually apparently been increasing, even though there was a period of death. That actually was a good. That was actually a good year for us. That was actually good. I guess we thinned out some of the non-believers in Raptoria. Copper weapons or bronze weapons. Ah, okay. So right now they're just armed with sticks, but if we go with copper and bronze weapons, they'll be better at security. Good. All right. Hopefully all materials now are dedicated to building the port. We're at 108 out of 120. Harvest taking place again. Just got to wait for things to increase. I assume what will probably continue to increase our numbers is more wells, more beautification, more things like that. Well, let's build some nice parks on either side. And add some more trees, I suppose. There we go. Wow, the donkeys are just hauling up here. Good thing we made a main street here. All right, 115 out of 120, and then the workers can start. Our temple's also complete, which looks nice. Bearing artifacts inside the temple, plus 50. Oh, are they bearing, like, remains or something in there? Artifacts, I guess. So things that they've made to appease their ancestors, I guess. Okay. And was that wall in the north complete? Yes. The gate of Raptoria is complete. Cool. That's just for an example. Well, it's not complete yet, but it's almost there. But that looks good. And then we'll build like a main entrance here and make like a larger commons area over here, I suppose. We move the industrial area over a little bit. But that's cool. Like, we don't have to build a city wall here if we're not going to be attacked. It just adds to the authority. So we can just build it to look cool, but it'll also add authority. So we'll do like a half circle around the city. And of course, it's going to be hard to build like a wall around here if it's going to flood or whatnot by the river. All right, well, there you have it. It looks like the area for the temple is complete. Now we should be able to place it inside. Let's see here. Yep, looks like we can place it down. Well, let's place it kind of towards the middle. Try to get it as straight as possible. And right about there should be good, I think. We'll put gardens and such around it to make it look real nice. Fantastic. They'll be able to build most of that. All right, we're also building some granaries now. Just skipped ahead a little bit. We got a granary there going up and a warehouse being constructed. Added some more areas for construction crews, builders. And man, oh man, is grain still flying in like crazy. The city, not even anywhere close to 300 population, but plenty more homes to build on. We got areas to extend to, but our people are still yet needing to build those homes. So we'll just kind of continue to wait for more people to come in. And hopefully all this prestige that we get from building our own temple and such will bring in a lot more people. And we'll continue the farming down over here. We'll add a couple more fields, and then we'll just continue to build on the southern side while we add more homes to the north side. And businesses, too. I made a bigger industrial area there with the warehouse next to it. And I think we can expand a little bit over here, too, with all the little areas for the marketplace. In fact, maybe we can build like maybe more like an elite quarter here for, I don't know, some more well-to-do families. I'm not sure. We'll give that a try, though. All right, well, that is our first look at Sumerians. What do you think? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? I think I really like what I see here so far, and yet I've only scratched the surface. I like the idea of being able to transport stuff via donkeys, the ability to build giant construction projects, and man, oh man, is that going to be a long time until that gets built. We got 2,000 to go, so our brick factories are going to be working overtime, but that's why all those donkeys are here. So we'll see if this thing gets constructed. All right, it looks like our giant temple is done here, or at least mostly done. We'll have to put more artifacts inside, and people require things to be paid to them in order to work here, too. So let's finish it up here by getting rid of all the grass, maybe? And we can delete the path if we want to, so let's try it. Let's see how this works. I want to try this. If we delete this, and then do that. Oh, it actually brings the trees back right away. Interesting. So the trees are never actually gone. They're just kind of hidden behind like a layer. Interesting. All right, let's build a little pathway around here. We can decorate this with all sorts of gardens and things. Nice. All right, let's add one final level of decoration to this. Maybe some lions or something out front. Looks like these just require bricks. So, let's do it like this. Now, it's not going to be perfect. The door's a little mismatched, but, you know, we can delete the wall later and reposition the gate, so it's not that big of a deal. So we'll delete the gate, reposition the entrance, and it'll be just fine. I wonder if there's a way to pull a 180. There we go. That should be good enough. You get the idea. All right, everybody, that is it for Sumerians. Thanks again for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the temple time-lapse build. We'll go ahead and continue on with this one in the future. If you want to see more, smash that like button. Otherwise, pick it up yourself on December 2nd, 2020, and it's a good time. I like this game. We'll see you all next time. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being so positive and supportive, and we'll see you all soon. Goodbye, everyone. I don't know what's up with that port, though. Any ideas?